Hello, and welcome back to another DSA question. Today we will be looking how we can find the longest common prefix in an array of strings. Given an array of strings, return the longest common prefix string among them. If there is no common prefix, return an empty string. Here we take two examples. In the first example, we are having three strings flow, flower, and flight. The longest prefix in these three is FL. In the next example, we have dog, race car, and car, and as you can see, there is no common prefix in these three strings. To solve this, we'll take a simple and efficient approach. Take the first string as the starting prefix. Compare this prefix with each string in the array. Gradually reduce the prefix length until we find the longest prefix that matches all strings. If at any point the prefix becomes empty, return empty string. Steps to be followed are: start with the first string as the potential prefix. Compare this prefix with each subsequent string, reducing it if necessary until it becomes a common prefix for all strings. Stop early if the prefix becomes empty. Time complexity for this will be OS, where S is the sum of all characters in the array. This is because we are comparing each character of each string at most once. We had implemented the approach discussed earlier in this example. 1. Initialize prefix equals flower. 2. Compare flower with flow. 3. Flower does not match flow, so reduce prefix to flow. 4. Still no match, reduce to flow. Now it matches, so prefix equals flow. 5. Compare flow with flight. 6. Flow does not match flight, so reduce prefix to flow. 7. Still no match, reduce to FL. Now it matches, so prefix equals FL. 8. We've compared all strings, and the longest common prefix is FL. Let's move on to our code now, starting by adding the library and namespace statement. We start by writing our longest common prefix function that takes array and its size as input. Firstly, it will check for the base case, that is, if the array is empty, return an empty string. We will initialize the prefix with the first string of the array. We will then start a for loop to iterate through the array and compare each string with the current prefix. It will have a while loop that reduces the prefix length until it matches the start of array of I. This loop will also reduce the prefix by one character from the end, and if the prefix becomes empty, it will return an empty string. After that, we will return the longest common prefix. In our main function, we will start by declaring an array of strings and adding elements to it. And after that, we will calculate the value of n, that will be the size of the array. We will call our longest common prefix function and pass the parameters to it. Lastly, we will check for the conditions for the longest common prefix function and add our output statements according to that. Let's test our code. An error is there. Let's remove that and run the code again. We got the longest common prefix as FL. Let's change the value of strings in the array and run the code again. And here we got the correct output again. That's a wrap for today. In the next video, we will tackle another question. Till then, keep practicing and don't forget to like and subscribe.